At AO Wealth, we believe in the importance of principles, not just in life, but also with investing. One of those principles is to be research based. We don't chase fads, we focus on data and what we can control. This primarily shows in the types of investment vehicles we put our clients into. Most financial advisors put clients into what are called actively managed mutual funds. These are baskets of stocks managed by a company with the intention of beating a specific market. I think these advisors do this, in my opinion, because they are either simply salespeople for a company and have no investment expertise, or because they make much more money from these investments than the alternative, or perhaps both. These types of funds typically give the advisor an initial commission, an ongoing commission, and then they'll often charge an additional asset management fee on top of all of that. You'll often hear their reasoning be that what they are putting you into, that you are paying a lot for, well, they can outperform the market, so you're paying for this performance. This is utterly false, and the data is clear. Outperforming the market may sound easy. Simply pick good companies. Unfortunately, this philosophy doesn't hold up against the data. Per Standard & Poor's, the S&P behind the popular index, the S&P 500, they have the most complete data on actively traded mutual funds and their returns over time. Since we invest for the future, we'll look at their longest data point, 20 years. Comparing funds similar to the S&P 500, which is a good gauge of the market, only 4.9% of mutual funds outperformed the market over that period, 20 years. These were funds that were trying to beat the S&P 500. They also have data on the return over that time of the average mutual fund versus the market. These actively traded mutual funds underperform the market on average by 1.58% per year over the last 20 years. You might be thinking, all right, that 1.58%, that's not much and won't have much of an impact. Well, here's a quick example of why you probably should care about that 1.58%. Let's say that you have a $2 million nest egg. You have 30 years that you'll be living off of this in retirement. You'll have withdrawals of $100,000 per year. This is 5% of your nest egg, and we increase that amount by a 2% inflation rate per year. And then we'll give you an equity return of 10% in the market. This example would result in $15.3 million left when you die. But if we decrease that return by the 1.58% underperformance of the average mutual fund trying to beat the S&P 500, you will have only $7.8 million left. I just want to reiterate, instead of having 15.3, you'll have 7.8, just about half of what you would have without the underperformance. Now, this example is assuming that $2 million is entirely in stocks. For some, this may make sense. For others, it won't. And you maybe could look at this as just what the equity portion of your retirement nest egg would be. But what I do want to show you, and I think you can see, is that caring about that underperformance makes a big difference, and why being research-based is very important as you try and hit your retirement goals. Investments are important, but strong performance is only part of the success equation. Retiring well and wisely includes many other facets. Here are the different areas we focus on when we help clients achieve a successful retirement. Some things that we look at are Social Security optimization. When's the right time for me to take Social Security? We look at different income and expense planning. Do you even know what your lifestyle expenses are? Look at different liquid and illiquid asset allocations. Look at your required minimum distributions, gifting strategies, other estate planning and legacy strategies. To demonstrate just one aspect of this, Social Security, let's go back to discussing John and Jane Smith. We have all of their information put into a financial planning software. Accounting for the many other factors that go into this decision, we can look at when is the optimal time to take Social Security in order to maximize that over the long run. This chart is currently showing the cumulative Social Security benefits for the Smiths if they took Social Security as early as possible. At the end of their plan, which is financial planning speak for dying, we estimate that the Smiths will have taken a cumulative $2.4 million in Social Security benefits over their lifetime with this strategy. Our software allows for us to look at various other strategies. Let's select the optimal strategy. The purple line is the optimal strategy, which in this case is to delay Social Security. We see a higher projected cumulative benefit over time, about $800,000 more in Social Security benefits. Moreover, we see the break-even point is 78 years old. Something to consider would be family health history and your current health. If there's a high likelihood of death before age 78, then perhaps we would consider taking Social Security earlier. Every client is different, and this is just one of the many factors to consider for just this one topic, let alone the other categories of retirement planning.